What fact are you just tired of explaining to people? Nothing's wrong. It's just my face. You look tired, is something wrong? If I'm working at night, I need to sleep during some portion of the day. I remember still living at home after high school and getting a job that required midnights for a year. My mom would wake me up and ask me to take my sister to school, or set something out for dinner, or run errands while she was at work, since I'm off all day. When I got pissed for being woken up at practically 1 a.m. for a normal person to go get milk from the store, she'd tell me to stop being lazy. Some people have a serious disconnect with this. My petty ass would be in her room at 1 a.m., asking if she had time right now to go get something from the store. What's the problem, Mom? You're off work all night. For fuck's sakes, thank you. I've worked night shift for years, and but fucking still, people who have known this for years are still shocked when I'm sleeping during normal day hours. Oh, but come on, you can go out for lunch with us, and then go shopping at the mall for a couple hours, and then get the rest of your sleep when you get home, why not? Brother, that is like me asking you to wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning to go out for hours of activity, and then just finish your sleep when you get home around 7 a.m. Tired of explaining this shit. I'm a male and a nurse. No, I don't want to be a doctor. No, I'm not going to school to be a doctor. No, I don't feel like less of a man because I'm a nurse and not a doctor. And stop calling me doc and doctor. I've told you 5 times I'm your nurse and my badge says nurse in big letters. I'm a fellow male nurse. Have you tried being Filipino? I don't seem to have the same problem as you, and I suspect it's because I'm Filipino. Software developers are not computer technicians. Yeah, but my computer is running slow. Do you know why it is doing that? My cat videos don't run well on Reddit, and everyone says it's because the video player is crap, but I think it's because my computer is slow. Can you fix it? You're so good with computers, can you fix the fact I am totally stupid, please? Damn it, just fix my Wi-Fi box already, Technoizard. I'll do you one better. My 72-year-old father still calls me and asks, why does my email look like this? That's it? No context. No explanation. That's the info he gives me and expects me to crack the case. I used to ask him for more details, and he would say it just looks different. It's usually because Comcast changes something in their email UI. I finally just started telling him I know jack shit about email. Well, are you going to leave us hanging or tell us why his email did, in fact, look like that? After driving 40 minutes to his house and assessing the emergency, I realized that it wasn't even his email. Comcast changed their homepage and reduced the amount of clutter in the user toolbar. Disclaimer: my father isn't senile. He regularly records and mixes his own music. He navigates his smartphone like a champ. He regularly uses software on his computer just fine. I'm almost convinced he's just trolling me at this point. On a relate note, the whole sentiment of I'm not good with computers is dumb. So what you're trying to tell me is that you are incapable of learning. I strongly believe that anyone on this planet can do anything and be good at it. The minimum wage worker who dropped out of high school can be a doctor. It's all about learning and consequentially about having the opportunity to learn. However, everyone has the opportunity to learn about computers. We all know someone who can teach us the basics, and after that we have enough knowledge to learn more using the same damn computer we are learning about. It's literally an infinite cycle. You use the computer to learn how to use the computer better. If you are just not good at computers and can't figure it out, it's because you find it more convenient to have those around you do things for you than to just find out how to do it yourself. Obviously, everyone won't know everything, but anyone can reasonably easily learn the foundation, even if they say they can't. I am an IT manager, so I can play the role of an ignorant user really well. The truth is that technology can be intimidating and it's hard to learn new things, so I don't fault people so much as just sit back and chuckle inside my head that we are short-staffed and you're just going to have to wait. And yelling being a dick won't make things go faster. That type 1 diabetes isn't caused by your diet and it cannot be cured. My mom had to stop a nurse from giving her something once and was like, I'm a diabetic, I can't have that, and she said the nurse looked at her and goes, you don't look diabetic. Ironically, type 1 diabetes can cause dramatic weight loss. Pretty much every type 1 diabetic I knew was thinner than the average person, and the type 2 diabetics I know are all sizes, just like people without diabetes are. Once I was put on medication of which one of the more common side effects included increased risk of diabetes 1 And when I said to my psych nurse that I don't want to have those meds because there's a lot of type 1 in my family, she just replied that I shouldn't worry cause I'm so skinny. Good thing I thought that sounded strange and stopped the medication, but that's crazy she would even say that. That many Chinese people have my surname, but we're not all related to Jackie Chan, just like how not every person with Johnson as their surname is related to Boris Johnson. I saw a meme making the rounds where 4 high school students, Americans of Vietnamese descent, all had the surname Nguyen, because of course they did. It's only the most common Vietnamese surname. So what these 4 students did was in their high school yearbook, they figured out what order their pictures would appear, simple enough, because alphabetical, and each put down a one-word quote. When you look at the 4 pictures together, they say, "We are not related." Just because someone doesn't always need their disability aids, that doesn't mean they're not disabled and faking it. Someone who needs a wheelchair to get around doesn't always mean they can't use their legs. They can still walk short distances. And walking a short distance might completely fuck them up so that they have to spend all day lying in bed in agony the next day. You only see them walking. You don't see the after part. Also, being able to do something for a short time doesn't mean they can do the same task for any length of time. Also, disabled people have good days and bad days. Some days they might have the energy to do it. Other days they might not. Part-time chair user here. When I started I felt like everyone was looking at me so I would do less. Despite the fact using the wheelchair allowed me more accessibility. That is exactly what I am struggling with now. I am in near constant chronic pain, and I think that at least getting a cane would help me. However, I am also 30 and believe people would judge me harshly. I have insomnia. No, I can't just think about nothing. And just because I have insomnia doesn't mean I'm not tired. Always tired, I have cried so many times because I just want and need to sleep. Like, no sleep is basically just welcome to disassociation station. Just go to bed earlier. No. Going to bed when you're not tired only makes the problem worse. My favorite is, have you tried just closing your eyes and going to sleep? Oh geez. Why didn't I think of that? I'm cured. Gets job at NASA. All extended family asks as if moon landing was real. Pain. I like the implication that, assuming the moon landing was faked, NASA just spills the beans to anyone who is hired, as if it's in some sort of employee handbook. Moon landing, fake. Alf, real. Elvis, fake. Space Jam, partially true. I'm ginger and a lot of people asks me if all my hair is also ginger. My poor wife deals with this as well. What is it about red hair that makes people comfortable with asking about your pubes in public? It's not just redeeds though. I come from a family of natural blondes, but pubes are brown. All natural. But mom says that a guy told her when she was younger that she's not a natural blonde because the carpet didn't match the drapes. People can be really stupid. My highest computer science teacher was a great example of how stupid that thinking is. His hair was red, his eyebrows were black, his mustache was blonde, and the rest of his beard was brown and gray. All natural. Wi-Fi does not equal internet. I'm mostly telling this to my kids lol. We frequently lose internet connectivity, but the Wi-Fi will be working fine. They will never understand. Is this iPad the one with Wi-Fi? All iPads have Wi-Fi. But my friend has one with Wi-Fi that works when she's not at home. That's not Wi-Fi. Or maybe it is. But you're talking about cellular LTE 5G. But I want the one with Wi-Fi. My ma doesn't understand cellular data except as the one you pay for if you use too much, which has turned her into a data miser who refuses to Google things for fear of using up all of her 10 gig of data. She uses about 200 meg a month or less. My mom is on my cell phone plan. Told her 1,000 times and more that we have unlimited data. Just look a hit up. She still refused to use GPS. I know the real reason is that she doesn't want to learn how to use it, but it just boils my blood. Maintaining a safe following distance is the easiest thing to do to avoid accidents, and yet most people aren't doing it. It's basically impossible to react in time to avoid an accident if you're following less than 2 seconds behind someone. It doesn't get you where you're going faster. The accident will always be your fault. And finally, 2 seconds is way longer than most people think. Most will count 1 second. I always try to do this. It's the absolute worst though when people try and aggressively squeeze in between me and the car in front of me. Drives me crazy. Pretty sure it's an everywhere in the us's thing, but here in Florida if I leave more than a car-length gap between myself and the car in front of me, someone always has to squeeze their dumbus in. Slow down so I can increase the distance, people behind me get instantly impatient, pass, then do the same shit to me when the lane they just barely passed me in is going 2 miles per hour slower than me. I have never seen an ICU full from car accidents before I started working in Florida. It was all ages too, with the most amount of fatalities I've ever seen. It's so dangerous driving here. Worst I've seen was in the same crash. A 94-year-old woman whose bones broke like glass on impact. Collarbone, femur, neck, spine, jaw. Her license had expired 10 years ago. The other victim was a 16-year-old who was thrown from the windshield and had severe brain damage. He wasn't wearing his seatbelt and died 5 hours later in hospital. That disagreeing with someone's opinion isn't an attack on them. Or knowing the difference between a fact and an opinion. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. And be sure to check out our other videos for more content like this. See you next time.